Deep within the heart of Blackwood Forest, there existed an old cursed village named Ravenscroft. Long ago it had been a lively place, but now it lay in ruins, its buildings swallowed by vines and the encroaching forest. The few who ventured into Blackwood either returned with tales of unspeakable terror and ghastly encounters, or never returned at all.
One icy October evening, a group of friends, Sam, Lucy, Mark and Jenna, decided to investigate the ghost village of Ravenscroft.
They were amateur ghost hunters, eager to capture evidence of the paranormal.
Armed with flashlights, cameras and a mix of courage and foolishness, they headed into Blackwood Forest.
As they trekked deeper, the forest grew darker and more oppressive.
Shadows seemed to twist and writhe between the trees, and a dense, chilling fog began to suffocate the air.
Undeterred, the friends pressed on, reaching the outskirts of the haunted village just as night fell. Inside the church, the air was frigid, abnormally cold. Their footsteps echoed ominously as they made their way to the crumbling altar. An ancient dust-covered Bible lay open, its pages yellowed and brittle.
As they scanned the room with their flashlights, a faint, otherworldly whispering filled the air. "Did you hear that?" Lucy asked, her voice trembling with fear.
Sam nodded, his grip on the flashlight tightening as though it were his lifeline. "Let's check the back rooms."
Meanwhile, Mark and Jenna faced their own unnerving discoveries. They stumbled upon an old, decrepit house. As they entered, the door creaked loudly as if lamenting their intrusion. Inside was a mess of shattered furniture and strewn belongings. Cobwebs hung thickly like ghostly shrouds, and the air was heavy with decay.
"Mark, something's not right. We should leave."
As they explored, they found a room that seemed eerily preserved. In the center stood an old wooden crib, still intact. Jenna was overcome by a sudden, inexplicable sense of sorrow and dread. She reached out to touch it, and as she did, the temperature plummeted, making her breath visible.
"Mark, something's not right. We should leave."
Jenna urged, her voice a fervent whisper. But before Mark could respond, a loud crash came from the room they had just left. They rushed back, only to find the door slammed shut, the windows frosted from the inside, and a low, guttural growl emanating from the shadows. Behind a tattered tapestry, they discovered a hidden door leading to a narrow staircase, spiraling down into pitch darkness. Against their better judgment, they descended, their flashlights barely piercing the black void. At the bottom, they found a small, damp room. In the center was a cracked stone altar, and in front of it, a blackened iron cage. Inside the cage, something faintly glowed, emitting an eerie light.
"What is this?"
Sam approached it and saw it was an old, leather-bound book. As he reached for it, the chamber filled with a cacophony of whispers, disembodied and ancient. The whispers grew louder, more frantic, until a single, chilling voice roared.
"Leave this place!"
The room trembled violently, and an overwhelming sense of malevolent presence pressed down on them. Panicked, they seized the book and fled up the stairs, bursting into the night air as if they had escaped a nightmare.
Let's get out of here. They met up with Mark and Jenna, who had narrowly escaped their own sinister encounter with whatever haunted the old house.
Mark panted, his face ashen with terror. They raced back through the forest, branches clawing at their clothes like skeletal hands, and the fog swirling around their feet like a living entity. When they finally reached the safety of their car, they didn't stop until they were miles away from Blackwood Forest. Later, when they examined the book, they found it filled with incomprehensible symbols and ominous warnings. They knew they had disturbed something ancient and evil from Ravenscroft, something that now lurked at the edges.